Recording in progress.
All right. Greetings, family, friends, and the world. This is Mikael Eric Harris, better known as the Juice, also known as the Alkaline Water Guy. How is everyone doing on this beautiful night? This is the night after the day of December 11th, 2026. This is the night after the day of Sunday, December 11th, 2026. And this is part two of Fight Fire with Truth. That's part two of Fight Fire with Truth. And this is open conversation. Tonight is open conversation. And what we open up with tonight, since no one was here to have a conversation, we open up with tonight with a preview, sharing what we spoke on yesterday on the Sabbath, which was the last of 2 Samuel, 2 Samuel chapter 24 and 1 Chronicles 21. And it was statements made where it says Satan made a statement and where the Creator made a statement. But both of them are one. This is the reason why tonight's information is called God and Satan equals Yah, meaning good and evil, both of them are of the Creator. Understand it or not, both of them are of the Creator, and we're going to go through some information tonight to show how both of them is of the Creator. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start it the same way I started part one, but I'm going to go into a different aspect on this one, showing that the Creator is behind everything that happens. And part one, we end up going into Deuteronomy chapter 13 to show you that it's the Creator that does certain things, but it's up to you to what you do in order to make you of the Creator or of Satan. It's on you. The Creator going to present stuff to you. Y'all say it's the devil. Y'all say whatever you want to say. But it's always the Creator's doing that's allowing that. No different than what happened to Joab, which is Job. Not Joab, but Job. What happened to Job? You know, that just hit me right then and there. But same thing happened to Job. Matter of fact, let me see if I can go there real quick. I have to look for Job real quick. Hold on. I'm just gonna go to the first chapter of Job. I'm gonna start this off with that. First chapter. And I ain't gonna do the whole chapter. I'm just gonna go through the first few verses to show you what happened. See, there's two forms there. Even though it says that, let me go ahead and break it down. Satan obtains permission to tempt. And I wasn't even going to go there. That just hit me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save that. I'm going to save that till after I get done with what I was saying to go into that. So I'm going to save this right here. I'm glad. Thank you, Father, for allowing me to have that to go into it. Now, here we go. Here we go. All right. Now, to start everything off, the prelude, what we did yesterday, since yesterday was the last day of 2 Samuel, and it was something that was pertaining to 1 Chronicles chapter 21. We're gonna start with both sides, and then I'm gonna show you the difference. How the Creator is Satan, how Satan is the Creator. What both of them is Yah. Both of them is the Creator. Both of them is the Almighty. The Almighty is in control of everything. A lot of people don't realize it, but until you get out of idolatry, until you get out of religion, and until you get out of the doctrine that people have given you, the book shows and tells you who is in control of everything that happens, whether it's good or whether it's evil. All right? It's up to you to understand it. Whether it's good or whether it's evil, the Creator shows you that in His Word. So I'm getting ready to show you in His Word about thus saith Yah. So now, just as it says in 1 Chronicles chapter 21, it says, and Satan stood up against Israel and provoked David to number Israel. It says that. But people don't realize this is still the Creator. Again, and Satan stood up against Israel and provoked David to number Israel. Now, what does it say over here in 2 Samuel chapter 24, first verse? It says, and again, the anger. See, this is again. He got bad at Israel plenty of times before, but not again. The anger of Yah was kindled against Israel, and he moved David against them to say, go number Israel and Judah. And people don't even realize that both are the same. No different than you when you get mad. When you get mad, you Satan, whether you know that or not. Anything on negativity upon you, if you say anything or you go, if you're not with positive, doing good and everything, if you're on the negative, you have Satan. People don't even realize that. The more you read this book, you'll come to understand it's only good and evil. It's only right and wrong. It's only the Creator's word or not. That's all it is. People don't understand that, but I'm going to show you through word. I give you word. I don't give you my point of view. If I say my point of view, I give you my point of view. But I'm going to give you the scriptures. I'm going to give you what the word say. And it's up to you to take it from there. So now, again, over here, 2 Samuel chapter 24, verse 1 says again, and again the anger, see, the Creator is angry at this time. And again, the anger of Yah was kindled against, he didn't say David, he was kindled against Israel. See, we got to understand, like I share and always share, I'm responsible for me, but I may be over a group of people. I'm responsible for my family. Remember when Moses, when all the people would start to do wrong, he said, Moses, why do you? He pointed at Moses. Moses, why do you provoke me? Why do you do this? But he wasn't talking about Moses, even though he was talking to Moses, because Moses was over the people. Provoke me to anger. Moses, you in control of them. David was in control of Israel. But I can't put my hands on every person that's doing everything that's right or wrong unless someone sees it and bring it to our attention. Like it said in Deuteronomy chapter 13, when they bring it to your attention, then it's time for that person to be judged according to what was brought by what was said. This is how judgment has to set in the earth. This is how we got to put stuff back in the order and back together. It's our job. Long as this system stays in the power, they're never going to put the things back in order because they don't want order to be, because they are in charge. Once we start putting things in order, we are back in charge by the Spirit of the Almighty and by His word and by His grace. Then they're going to follow us by the word, because we're going to be the kingdom of priests. They got to do what we say do. This is what people have to understand. They're going to serve us. It says that in the book, in the blessings and the curses. Did y'all not know that? It's so much that's coming to me right now. Let me go ahead and hit it for y'all. My main thing I hit right now, just hit it again. First Chronicles, just so we don't forget, First Chronicles 21 says, and Satan stood up against Israel and provoked David to number Israel. And then 2 Samuel 24 says, and again, the anger of Yah was kindled against Israel, and he moved David against them. See, he ain't tell David. That means that he put it in David's mind. He moved David against them to say, go number the children of Israel, go number Israel and Judah. Now, let me go ahead and hit it now. Something just hit me. I was just talking about it a few seconds ago. Dang, I was just talking about it and I said, I'm going to check that. I know Job. I'm going to save Job for last. I got them set. But it was something else I was just saying other than whatever else I was planning on bringing to the table. Because it was something else I was just saying over here. I know it was in Deuteronomy or Exodus. Oh, I can't remember what it was. It hit me just that quick, but it'll come back. Let me go ahead and on the hit now to show how Creator is over all things. Isaiah 45:7 this time. I'm not going to read verse 4, but I'm going to hit it from verse 7 this time. 45:7. If y'all read verse, I'll hit 5. I'll hit 6 and 7. I do 6 and 7. I'm not going to start from 4 this time. Start at 6 and 7. 5, 6, and 7. I should go to 4. Let me just read it on down from 4. For Jacob, my servant's sake, Jacob is dead, Israel. Everybody who don't know who they are today. Everybody who was Israel, who don't know they Israel, who's calling themselves after land, language, or anything else. Proverbs and bywords. Right? For Jacob, my servant's sake, and for Israel, mine elect. Israel is those that has been elected by the Creator, who has awoken them, who has awoken back to knowing who they are, doing the will of the Creator. These are the Israelites. These are the ones who come to know who they are, according to His word, right? Israel, mine elect, I have even called thee by thy name. I have surnamed thee, though thou hast not known me. That's Israel who don't know him, and this is really been talking to Cyrus as well, because Cyrus was getting ready to let the children of Israel go back to the land. Not get ready to go. He allowed them to leave after the 70 years. This is some, like I say, all history. If y'all interested in the research and information, you'll be able to see it. So, verse 6, and they may know from the rising of the sun and from the west that there is none besides me. That's the Creator. There is none besides him. None besides the Creator. There is none besides me. I am Yah, and there is none else. And people don't realize he's saying it right there. There is nothing else but him. There is no Satan. There is no good or no bad. It's the Creator himself, and it's his law, or is you going against his law. It's either good or evil coming from him, passing judgment. And that's what people fail to realize. But let's keep it moving. Verse 7 is the key that I said that I wanted to get to. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, Yah, do all these things. He said, I. He can say, I. The Almighty can say, I, because he can do it. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, Yah, do all these things. That's what people need to know. That right there is in a nutshell. Creator just told you everything that he wanted you to know, right then and there, whether people accept it or reject it. But now, it was something I was going to go to. Man, I can't remember what it was. I was just talking about. It slipped my mind just like that. But what we getting ready to go to now, we're going to go to Ezekiel. That was one of the main things I was planning on going to. But whatever it was that was on my mind, okay, I was talking about, I'm going to Job last. There was something on my mind that I was going to go to, and I said I wanted to hit that first, and then, or I was getting ready to go to it, and I'll let it come. Father, bring it back. Now we're going to go to Ezekiel chapter 14 to get an understanding. The reason why the Creator is all, and he gives, take away, he gives you the understanding of what you need to know. Can't remember where it's at. Whatever it was, it hit me. It came and gone. But Ezekiel chapter 14. This is how you know the Creator is behind everything. And he already just said in 45 and 7. But let's keep it moving. Then came certain men of the elders of Israel unto me and sat before me. And the word of Yah came unto me. See, everybody needs to understand, if you are working for the Creator, if you speak in the Creator name, you are an ambassador of the Almighty. Whether if it's an angel spiritually, or if it's an angel physically, like myself or people in general you can tangibly see, or whether it's the Spirit of the Father speaking to you in the ear. These are ambassadors coming with the name and the word of Yah. No one can see Yah's face and live. This is the sad thing. People read the word literally, and they can't see and understand who and what the Creator really is. That's the sad part. They have no understanding. They're looking at this literally, but really this is all spiritual. Majority spiritual, some physical, but majority of this is spiritual. Some people don't get it, but let's keep it moving. And the word of Yah came unto me, verse 3. Son of man, this is Ezekiel chapter 14, verse 3. Son of man, these men have set up their idols in their heart. Idols in their heart. And put the stumbling block of their iniquity, their ignorance before their face. Should I be inquired of at all by them? Should I be inquired over them? They already got it. And this is what I mean by over here in this land right now. Not over here in this land, but where we are in this day and time. I was talking to this young brother today. I might as well say, we are here, and I might as well make this point. Me and two other brothers on the phone, but after one brother got off, the younger brother that I've been knowing for quite some time, he's always in controversy with me when we have a conversation. But he asked, well, what would you say? What do you say? How did he say? I'm trying to say it like he said it because I don't remember exactly how he said it at this point, but he said something. Well, who is evil? That I think he said, what is evil or who is evil? The world or the people? I said both. Well, how can both be? I said because the world is under the influence of the people in charge, mainly. The people in charge. And then you like, well, how can it be both? The brother, he always try to find some type of way to twist and turn and instead of just looking at it for what it is. He tried to make something difficult when it's right. That's why I say it's controversial all the time. And there was I was having a conversation with another brother. I said, you know what? You remind me of this other brother that I talked to. And he's always trying to find an excuse, but I always come and give him facts. I don't hold back. I show them facts and be straight up with the situation. But they always try to find something way to tell them, no, you can't hide from facts and truth. Well, how can it be both? Isn't it just people? I said, no. I said, look at the energy in the world today. Look at the energy in the world today. Well, wouldn't it be all people? I said, I'm not talking about every single individual. I say, we have hot and cold. We have acid and alkaline, right? Everybody in the world ain't acidic. A lot of people is alkaline, meaning on a positive level, a positive note. Acid is reversed to a negative note. Everybody is not the exact same way. So don't try to take the word and mix it to something that is not, but you know what I'm saying. So the whole thing in that conversation, when I said the whole world, the world and the people, is because the people who are in charge. Now I had to explain to him, I said, when the third and fourth generation came into power, he said, well, the world was like that from the beginning. I said, the world wasn't like that from the beginning. The world came to be this way by the ones who are in charge. In the beginning, the Creator made the world the way it is. I'm going to definitely get to the questions and stuff in a little bit. So whoever you are, if you're back, I thank you for being back. But other than that, I'm going to actually read the comments and everything in a little bit. But right now, the brother, he was trying to make it seem like, well, he wanted me to say the people. I said, no, it's the world, because the energy in the world. I said right now, and I talked about the same thing we're talking about right now, about the angel. When you go into 1 Chronicles 21, it talks about they seen the angel in the air with his sword drawn. They saw him. Angel in the heavens with the sword drawn. They seen him. You don't see stuff like that today. Not unless they're doing holograms or stuff like that, man-made. I'm talking about the actual spirit of the angel standing in the air. When you read 1 Chronicles chapter 21, you'll see what it's talking about. The angel was standing there, and David and them saw it. A few people seen it. Why? Because there was among the spirit of the Creator. They wasn't among the Creator. This was just one of the spirits, an angel of the Creator standing in the heavens. No one can see the Creator's face and live. So, looking at the situation according to the story, they saw the angel in the air. By them seeing the angel in the air, they was in the vibration of the Creator in the land of where they were. Only certain individuals will probably get to see angels in this day and time. When I say angels, like I said, my wife, 2 angels seen her at 2 different times beyond the same time. When I say years apart, the same 2 people helped her out. Long before me and her got together. Same 2 people helped her out. She can tell you the story. She's sleeping and everything, but she can tell you the story. Now I'm putting stuff out. Maybe in the future, y'all, when we sit down having a conversation, somebody might remember what I'm saying, and y'all may ask her, she'll tell you the story. She'll tell you the story herself. It was 2 times maybe 3, but 2 times definitely that this happened for and with her with the same 2 people. So angels exist, real angels, angelic angels and physical angels, and angelic angels that turn physical. So this is real. It's just different. It's just different dimensions, different atmospheres, different frequencies that a lot of people don't know. But all of it is of the Creator. All of it is of the Almighty. The universal consciousness is the Creator Himself. But everything is a part of whether it's good, whether it's evil, whether it's righteousness or whether it's wickedness. You just read in Isaiah, I make peace and create evil. I can't remember. I form the light and create darkness. There you go. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, Yah, do all these things. The Creator do all these things. This is what people fail to realize. So people try to separate Satan. Oh, there you go. That's why I'm going. No, that's not it, because I'm going to get back to that. That's Job. I'm going to get back to Job later. But right now, where we are. I wish I'd have got that page out while I was thinking about it before I lost it. I can't think of what it was, but hopefully it comes back before I'm done. But let's go right here. Let's finish up over here in the verse 4. That was the last part of 3 is before their faces should I be inquired of at all by them? Verse 4. Therefore, the Creator always give warning. Therefore, speak unto them and say unto them, thus saith Yah, in his name. That's his name. Thus saith Yah, every man of the house of Israel that setteth up his idols in his heart, which is in his heart and his mind, and putteth the stumbling block of his iniquity, his ignorance, before his face, and cometh to the prophet, I, Yah, will answer him that cometh according to the multitude of his idols. Did y'all see that? The Creator, remember I told you, Creator gonna give you, I said this in the beginning, Creator gonna give you what you want. Number one is because He's not gonna damn you, you're gonna damn you. If you're not going to the laws and stuff and trying to seek His face, you're damning yourself. See, the Creator only gives you what you choose. See, He'll try to lead and guide you. He'll try to give you situations and put people in your path, give you understanding, give you stuff where you can see and understand these certain things. He's going to put things in your way where you can see it, understand it, and without a doubt. But it's up to you to walk in His ways or not. It's only up to you. That's why He said He gives you a choice. That's where free will come in at. You have free will to do His will, and you have free will not to. But He had the choice to allow you into His kingdom. If you have free will to do what you want to do, He has free will to say you can stay exactly where you at. And each individual is like that too. You can do the exact same thing. If you don't want to choose to be right, do right by me, I don't choose to deal with you. And I've done that. And like I was sharing with my cousin earlier today, out of all the people in my life, I have only maybe that I can think of got rid of 3 numbers out of my phones when I did. Now, if I changed numbers and they fell out, something like that's a different story. If they didn't upload when I when I uploaded my new numbers into all my numbers into my phone. But 3 people that I know, that I don't remember that, but I know one in general. But it's 3 people that I can say that I actually got that. I took their names out of my phone because I don't deal with them. That's hard for me to do that because I'm always trying to help and do what I can for people. But it's 3 people that I've done that to. Don't hate them. Don't. But if you don't respect me, if you can't show me the respect I can show you, I don't have to deal with you. But I don't hate them. Or nothing like that. Even if I see them today, hey, how you doing? Ain't got nothing against them. But hey, if you can't respect me or whatever, that's all you get from me. If you get that. It all depends on how far you go with that respect. If you're willing to speak to me, hey, how you doing? When I see you, hey, how you doing? It ain't like on site. I had some time like that in my days on site. You know what I'm talking about. It is what it is. It's on. But the end of 4. And cometh to the prophet, I Yah will answer him that cometh according to the multitude of his idols. The Creator gonna give you what you want. That's the reason why the devil did this. No, it's you. Everybody talk about the devil. No, it's you. He gives you what you doing something, you going against his word. You going to get what you ask for, and you may not like what you get. Why? Because you ain't going according to his word. Verse 5. That I may take the house of Israel. There you go. That I may take the house of Israel in their own heart. He's going to take you and your, whatever you decide to do, he's going to give it to you. That's why I say, when people talk about Satan and God and Yah, both of them is Yah. The Creator is all things. And I'm showing you in the word. Thus saith Yah. That I may take the house of Israel in their own heart, because they are estranged from me through their idols. Your idols that you choose to keep, you choose to worship and praise and stuff like that, he's going to give it to you. Like I was talking earlier about Dow. Ladies used to call me all the time, you going to receive Dow? No, I'm good where I'm at. I'm good where I don't have to receive Dow. I know what the Creator is. I know who the Creator is. That's another religion. That's something else outside of my, whoever that was. That's something on the other side of the world. And I just read that not too long ago. But, verse 6. Therefore say, there we go. Therefore say unto the house of Israel, thus saith Yah. This is his name. When he say that, that's the Creator talking. Thus saith Yah, repent. That's all he tell people to do. A lot of people don't even understand what repent means. They think repent means you sin. No, repent means to change. All repent means is to change. Change from the old way and turn back to the Creator's way. Turn from your way of doing the things in the world and turn towards the Creator. Do his will. His statutes, his judgment, do his Creator, do his ways and will. That's what repent means. Turn from your evil ways. Repent and turn yourselves from your idols and turn away your faces from all your abominations. That's verse 5. I'm sorry, that's verse 6. That's all the Creator telling people to do. Turn back to him. But he's telling you, I'm going to answer you according to your way, to your idols, the things that you want to do, the things that you want, I'm going to answer you according to those things. I'm going to answer you according to those things. Now, I will tell you this. So I'm just going to share with you. Now, the Creator will bless you in the things that you need. Some of y'all may see the new van I got or whatever. I did a little dance hook up on Instagram, what have you, and posted it. But the point I'm getting at is, I ran my one that I got that I was using. You know how we do? We're running stuff to the ground, and that's what I do. I'm not all into cars and all that. I'm not into all that, but I do like a certain type of. I do like the Caravan. I like that because when I went to Atlanta one time, I rode. It saved gas, and it had space. I could use that for my business. So I ended up getting one, which I ran for about 4 years. Then 2 years, I had no license plate, no insurance, and no registration for 2 years. So that's another story, though, on another level. But the point is that I read that, I rode that, and up until where I am now, I ended up getting license plate and stuff on because now I'm on a whole different level. But putting the license plate stuff on it, I ran it and then until it rusted out, until the engine rusted out or what have you, and blew a gasket. Now I got a nice van. Same thing, but it's a grand Caravan now. So I see that as the Creator blessed me. To me, the Creator blessed me with that. It's not nothing I worship, I'm not all this and that, but it's something nice that he blessed me with. And I thank the Creator for it. I thank him for it because I need it, and I needed something nice. My last one, my grill was off the front. I ended up No, there's so much more I can tell y'all. So much I can tell y'all. But let's keep it moving. Verse 7. Verse 7. For everyone of the house of Israel or of the stranger. You know, you got Hebrew Israelites now trying to say that he's not talking about the strangers. This goes how much Bible they know. He ain't talking about no stranger. He talking about Israel. He talking about Israel. He talking about this. I'm like, man, where these people get their mind from? What are they talking about? The credit even told Israel, the strangers, said, don't abhor a stranger, don't abhor Egyptian, don't abhor an Egyptian, and it was another that he said in 23 and in Exodus. But Deuteronomy 23, he talks about don't abhor Egyptian because ye were strangers, and don't and it was strangers as well. He talked about the poor in the land. He talked about strangers. He said give things. He said give certain things to strangers. The Creator talk about if a stranger decide to sojourn among you, there's one law. Might as well just say it. It was one law. One law for Israel and one law for the stranger. The stranger is any other nation outside of Israel, outside of the 12 tribes. That's what people fail to realize. Fail to realize. A stranger is any other nation outside of the 12 tribes of Israel. And it's just that simple. But verse 7 again, not to get so hard down on that, but for everyone of the house of Israel or of the stranger that sojourneth in Israel. That's the key. Once you start to keep the law, you sojourn in Israel. Not just in the land, but nowhere, no matter where you at in the world. Was that what I was going to say? It's coming back. Whatever it was I was going to say earlier, it's going to come back. Nowhere, wherever you are in the world, for everyone of the house of Israel or of the stranger that sojourneth in Israel, which separateth himself from me, which is from his word, which is from him, is separated from him, and setteth up his idols in his heart, and putteth the stumbling block of his iniquity, the stumbling block of his ignorance, of iniquity before his face, and cometh to a prophet to inquire of him concerning me, concerning the Creator. I, Yah, will answer him by the Creator said he's going to answer you, by myself. I, Yah, will answer him by myself. I'm going to show you. Through your idols and through all this other stuff that you're doing, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. Verse 8. And last verse for someone coming to the prophet. And I will set my face against that man and will make him a sign and a proverb. What are we today? We're signs and proverbs in this land as a nation. A lot of people don't even know who they are. They're calling themselves black, nigger, Piccadilly, African American. You don't even know who you are. A sign and a proverb, and I will cut him off from the midst of my people, and ye shall know that I am Yah. Excuse me. And people don't even really know they're already cut off now, but they're cut off as a people. Ezekiel 37, the valley of dry bones. You're alive, but you're dead. You're alive, but you're dead here in the mind. Now, verse 9. And if, 9, 10, and 11. And if the prophet be deceived, and if there's a prophet who's deceived, like a lot of these Jesus called them prophets. All these other people that's out here calling on other things and calling in Jesus' name and stuff like that, they don't realize they deceived. And if the prophet be deceived, when he has spoken a thing, I, Yah, have deceived that prophet. Who's Satan right there? Who's the devil? The devil did it. The devil did it. Who did it? I, the Lord, I, Yah, have deceived that prophet, and I will stretch out my hand upon him and will destroy him from the midst of my people. I used to think When I used to read, I couldn't believe, I couldn't fathom, I couldn't even understand it at first. I couldn't understand it. And if the prophet be deceived when he has spoken a thing, and I, Yah, have deceived that prophet, and I will stretch out my hand upon him and will destroy him from the midst of my people Israel. And I used to be like, I can't understand why the Creator would do that. But then I thought about it. All through the book, he's telling you, keep my law, keep my law, keep my prophecy, keep my word, keep my voice, obey my voice. He keeps saying it. That's what hit me. That's why it says that right there. Why? That Satan, to y'all, is only disobedience to his word. That's all. Y'all can, like I told somebody a few days ago, different names for the same thing. Bad, evil, Satan, Lucifer, the dragon, all that stuff is just, all that's just evil. It's just a whole big, it's a bag full of evil. It's all the same thing. They stick it all in there. They throw evil, Satan, the satanic forces, everything. Just throw all the evil in this and just label it evil. Just label it Satan. Do that. Just label it Satan and have all those negative connotations or whatever you want. Just stick it in the same bag. That's all it is. You stick it all in the same bag. It's the same thing. Satan. Evil. Bad. Satan, whatever you want to call it. But on the other hand, on the good portion, you take all the righteousness, good, and everything else, and you just call it Yah, the Creator, the Almighty. Just that simple. That's why I try to get people to understand the law. Either you keep the law, or you don't. All this label and stuff like that, that's the stuff that was added to your would say, born in sin and shaping in iniquity. This is all the doctrines and stuff like that that you've learned. But over here, you ain't gonna worry about that right there. Well, you see love, you see two hearts up there. But the point I'm getting at, over here, this is all a clean slate. This is the law. This is the creative spirit. Simplicity. Just that simple. It's so simple, it confounds the wicked. It confounds the ones who think they know so much. It confounds those who think they know, who don't know what they think they know. It's just that simple. So, as I say again, verse 9, 10, and 11. And if the prophet be deceived, this is Ezekiel chapter 14. If the prophet be deceived, when he has spoken a thing, I, Yah, have deceived that prophet. And I will stretch out my hand upon him and will destroy him from the midst of my people Israel. 10. And they shall bear the punishment of their iniquity. Why are they going to bear the punishment? Because you ain't keeping his law. The punishment of the prophet shall be even as the punishment of him that seeketh unto him. That means, it was a post I did and said, AI, which is artificial intelligence, has become the God of the people today. Because the AI asks AI of things that they should already know. They ask AI stuff that's coming up. How AI, they just making AI giving you stuff about history and everything else. And I'm going to tell you my point of view. AI ain't doing nothing but getting information from history and from books and stuff that's being published. And it's a computer. It has access to all information. So it can take the information and make it for you from going anywhere to get it and put it in. If you gotta go to the hardware store to make a wall. Let's just say a wall. You got to go to the hardware store to get it. Computer can just, well, you need this, you need that, you need this, you need that. Why? Because they can go through the books and stuff that whatever's put out there, the computer going to get it and make things happen. And that's my point of view. But hey, that's the God of today. It then evolved from the New World Order from 1913 to 1933. New World Order started then. It has evolved from that point up until today. It's still evolving on the satanic point of view. But, hey, verse 11. That the house of Israel may go no more astray from me, neither be polluted any more with their transgressions, but that they may be my people, and I may be their God, saith Yah. I may be their father, saith Yah. And how do you do that? By keeping the law and commandments. Now let's go over here to Job. Excuse me. Let's go over here to Job. J-O-B. See what they talking about over here in verse 1. Job chapter 1. All right. Let's come on down and read a little bit on Job and get an understanding out of this. All right. There was a man in the land of Uz, whose name was Job. And that man was perfect and upright, and one that feared Yah and issue of evil. Now, how you do that? By keeping the law, keeping the word of the Creator, by doing his will. That's how you do that in issue of evil. By studying the word, doing the word, observing the word, and keeping it. Verse 2, and there were born unto him 7 sons and 3 daughters. 7 sons and 3 daughters. His substance also was 7,000 sheep and 3,000 camels and 500 yoke of oxen and 500 she-asses and a very great household. Very great household, right? You might as well say he had a palace. We just say a household, a mansion. Not a palace yet, but we'll say a mansion. So that this man was the greatest of all the men of the East. He's the greatest in the East. The greatest man in the East. Some kind of might could have been whatever. I ain't gonna say nothing. And his sons went and feast in their houses. And his sons went and feasted in their houses. Everyone his day. Everyone his day. In their houses, everyone his day, and sent and called for their 3 sisters to eat and to drink with them. Everyone in their day, they did what they did. He said 7 sons, so it might be 7 days. I don't know. And it was so, verse 5, when the days of their feasting were gone about, that Job sent and sanctified them, and rose up early in the morning, and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all. For Job said, it may be that my sons have sinned and cursed. See there? It may be, and he don't know, but he thinking that this may have happened. So he's trying to cover him. Now my wife, she's good at that because she said she did the same thing for her children. And it say, it may be that my sons have sinned and cursed Yah in their hearts. Thus did Job continually. So he don't know if they did it, but just his assumption, thinking that they could have done it, right? Satan obtains permission to tempt Job. Verse 6. Now there was a day when the sons of Yah came to present themselves before Yah, before the Creator, and Satan came also among them. Now, if you really look at it, it's not but a negative spirit. No, it says Satan. It's a negative spirit. It's the other spirit. It's a spirit. I'm saying negative because it's a spirit. What the Creator said to what happened to David. He said his anger moved. He says his anger was kindled against Israel, and he moved David to number the people. He moved David to number the people because he was angry. So that is his anger in another area of the Creator. Still the Creator, but that's another area of the Creator. Now there was a day when the sons of Yah came to present themselves before Yah, and Satan came also among them. That was a negative spirit among them. And Yah said unto Satan, Whence comest thou? Then Satan answered Yah and said, From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. Sound like lower parts, don't it? Lower parts of the earth, right? And that sound like the lower parts of the earth. And Yah said unto Satan, These are spirits. And people have to realize these are spirits. Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, one that feareth Yah, and escheweth evil? Escheweth evil? Have you considered him? What did the Creator say over in Deuteronomy 13, 1 through 11? It is I that do these things. The Creator said it's him that do it. So when he said, verse 8, Job 1 and 8, and Yah said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job? I have to say Job. I want to say Job, but Job keep coming out because it's Job. I want to say Job, Job. That there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, one that feareth Yah and escheweth evil. Then Satan answered Yah and said, Doeth Job fear Yah for naught? See, this is just a conversation going on. But if you understand, that same Satan, that same Creator, was in 2 Samuel chapter 24, first verse. First Chronicles chapter 21, first verse. Same two. Same two is there. So it's only the spirit of the Creator. These are spirit. And all the stuff that happened with Job that was going on with the sickness and all that, you think it was a man doing it? Was it the spirit doing it? It was a spirit doing this all the whole time. And like I tell you, when the Creator get angry, that's the negative point of him. We all are like the Almighty. We all get angry at a person, and we or for whatever reason, and we are happy and cheerful for whatever reason. We all have a part, but it all depends on what weighs more with you. We all have that we are the sons of the Creator, so we have the same traits. The Creator said he's jealous. He don't hold back. He tell the truth. What he gonna hold back for? The Creator gonna tell you I do all this stuff. He said in Deuteronomy, Isaiah 45, 4 through 7. He gives you his truth, his facts. But the people are too busy saying, oh, Satan this and created this. Satan, and they would look at this title, God and Satan equals Yah. Man, what he talking about, man? He don't know it. The Creator does all these things. Stop giving Satan praise when it's the Creator that's doing it to try to show you and bring you to a different level. A lot of things we go through because the Creator is trying to wake us up. That's the really situation. That's the real situation. All things has happened, and I don't care what has happened that you think. Oh, why that child died? Why this person get killed? Why this and why that? It's because the Creator allowed it to happen. That's why. Oh, this person had to. That's to you. You one who had feelings about that situation. The Creator has allowed people to live for a purpose. He allowed people to pass for a purpose. It's a purpose behind everything the Creator allows and does. There's a purpose for it all. But the people are too busy thinking physically and mentally on their level, and they can't understand the Creator does a lot of things and allows things to happen for His purpose. And they try to judge, well, it's the devil. No, it's the Creator. You got to sit back and get into the Creator's book and understand the Creator allows things. Number one is we come here. This world is here for a moment. We come through this domain, this dimension. When we come through our mother's womb to get here, we here for a purpose and for a reason. When we leave here, that was our purpose and our reason, whether it was our time that we think or not our time that we think. We got to get past that. And we got to understand the Creator is the head over everything. And until people start realizing that, they still lost. Still lost. They're going to stay lost. Why? Because they can't see past their feelings. They can't see past their thoughts. They can't see past the word of the Almighty, seeing what the word of the Almighty. All this right here in Job is spirit. Even the three guys that came, they either came for his comfort or they came to judge him. Now, I'm not going to read this whole story, but I'm going to finish up a little bit from where I'm at. Verse 8 again. And Yah said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and a upright man, one that feareth Yah and escheweth evil? 9. Then Satan answered Yah and said, doeth Job fear Yah for nothing, which is for naught? 10. Has not thou made a hedge about him and about his house and about all that he has on every side? Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in his land, in the land. 11. But put forth thine hand now and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face. Now, this is only a negative spirit that's trying to is either testing the Creator or this is just for our reading. See, the Creator has everything in control. This is just for our reading to understand what's supposed to have happened in the heavens or happened at that time. This is just for our reading to get an understanding of certain things that are. This is just a story that was given to us to understand something on a different level. Altogether, the Creator has the word of what's going to happen, when it's going to happen, and how it's going to happen. No one can change that. I don't care if Satan coming. They try to say Satan. But this is a conversation meant for people to see and take it upon themselves and maybe use it for their benefit. A lot of people don't even understand that. The Creator is over everything. Yah is over everything. But you got the negative spirit and the evil spirit. You do have those out here. You have the positive spirits, which is the ambassadors of the Creator. Then you have negative spirits that's for those who is meant for hell. I'm just going to say that. They're out here. Yeah, they're out here. But they're for the ones who choose to live like that. They're for the ones who choose to live that way. Everything has a purpose. There's a purpose for everything under the sun. The Creator have set things in purpose for a purpose. Everybody don't want to keep the law, even though they should. I would. People like being evil. People like doing, and that's the darkness in them. I'm gonna say darkness. That's the evil point in there, and they're gonna get their reward. If you notice, at one point in the book, it says everybody gonna get their reward, right? Whatever that reward may be. If you did evil, you're gonna get an evil reward. Whatever that evil reward is. Some people say lake of fire, the pit of darkness, whatever it is. That's what that's their reward. Why? It didn't say it's going to give them evil. It said it's going to give them a reward. Whatever it is you choose to do, you're going to get what's coming to you. That's all it is. People fail to look at things like that because people on the physical too busy looking at right, wrong, good, bad. I say Remind me, I was talking to that brother last week. Brother, it's just a yes or no. Everything doesn't require a yes or no answer. You have to give them an explanation and an understanding behind some conversations. Everything isn't just a yes or no answer. So, let's go down a little bit more. But put forth thy hand, verse 11. But put forth thy hand now and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face. And Yah said unto Satan, behold, all that he has is in thy power. Only upon himself put not forth thy hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of Yah. And what was that? Satan went forth from the presence of Yah. The spirit went forth from the presence to go do whatever he tried to do. And how many of y'all Jobs out here today? How many of y'all out here that's doing your thing and then get tempted? How many out here that's doing y'all things and then people come and try to do something against you? How many of y'all are out here trying to do well or have passed that threshold? They've gotten past the evil portions in life because you know the word. But if you go back over here in the end of verse 5, it says, for Job said it might be, well, let me go just above that. Let me go with all 5. And it was so, when the days of their feasting were gone about, that Job sent and sanctified them and rose up early in the morning and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all, which is his children. For Job said this, it may be that my sons have sinned and cursed Yah in their hearts, which is in their minds, in their hearts or in their mind. They could have said something about the Creator in their mind because they were just drunk out there, just doing whatever they were doing. So he was just trying to make sure they was covered. And cursed Yah in their hearts, thus did Job continually. That means he was taking care of his sons continually instead of children. See, now I'm looking at this right here. I'm telling you what I'm getting out of this. If he did this for them, why can he? Are y'all doing good by the Creator? Are y'all this? Are y'all that? Because no different than he did for them, how many of y'all parents do y'all think, or how many of y'all as parents do for your children? You love your children. You don't want to see nothing bad happen to your children. But it's up to them to do what's right. Something on my mind that is up to the, there we go. Back to Ezekiel 14. Nope, this way. Back to Ezekiel 14 real quick. I need to show y'all something. Was it Ezekiel 14? But I'm going to go there anyway. I'm going to go to the ending part. I'm going to give you 21, 22, and 23. There we go, right here. 21, 22, and 23. Right here. And these are the judgments of the Creator. So I just gave you Job to understand that, and it just hit me about the children. Right? Here we go. 21. For thus saith Yah, how much more when I send my 4 sword judgments upon Jerusalem, which is, I'm going to just say upon the earth. Because we all over the earth. And he's going to bring them out, and just like he did with the sword, the pestilence he did in 2020. The end of the 400 years from 1619 to 2019, which was the 400 years that it spoke of in Genesis chapter 15, 12 through 14. The 400 years that we're going to be in servitude. Then I'm going to judge that nation, which was in 2020. Then afterwards, they don't come out with great substance. We're on that point. We're on that path right now. The great substance, we're on that path. But, again, excuse me. Verse 21. For thus saith Yah, Ezekiel 14, 21. How much more when I send my 4 sword judgments upon Jerusalem, I like to say Israel, us all over the world, the sword and the famine, the sword, that's Esau, that's the pale horse. that has taken over all over the earth. Pale horse, or you can look at it New Testament or Old Testament, however you want to look at it. If you want to look at, I don't like saying Old Testament, I just say the Torah and Tanakh, or in the New Testament. New Testament, the pale horse, which is Revelations chapter 6, verse 7 and 8. Or you can just look at Jeremiah 25, verse 15 through 38. I just had to hit me real quick. Jeremiah 25, verse 15 through 38. Either one, don't make a difference. It's the sword throughout the earth. Again, 21. For thus saith Yah, how much more when I send my four-sword judgment upon Jerusalem, the sword, the famine, which is no food, there'll be no food. These two is what the Creator said to David in those three of these four judgments. The sword, the famine, the noisome beast, that's the one that wasn't mentioned, and the pestilence. The pestilence is the plague. And the plague is what was put on Israel in 2 Samuel 24 and 1 Chronicles 21. To cut off from it man and beast. 22. Yet, behold, therein shall be left a remnant. See, this doesn't say all. Remnant. If people understand what remnant is, it's going to be those who are left. Not just a few, but those who are left. That means those who choose to keep the word of the Almighty Yah. Those who choose to do his will. See, everybody look at, it ain't all Israel, because a lot of them going straight to hell. Straight to the grave. A lot of them ain't even coming back. Why? Because they're evil. They chose that path, though. That's on them. And I don't wish bad or evil on nobody. But if they chose it, that's their choice. If they choose to stay in idolatry, that's their choice. If they choose to serve Jesus, Yeshua, Emmanuel, Prophet Muhammad, Buddha, and any other abomination out there, that's their choice. But again, 22. Yet behold, therein shall be left a remnant that shall be brought forth both sons and daughters. Here's where I'm going. A remnant that's going to be brought forth sons and daughters. Behold, they shall come forth unto you, and ye, which is you, shall see their way and their doing. You're going to see their way and their doing. They're going to come to you, and you're going to see if they change or if not. They may have grown closer to the Creator compared to where you are. We don't know. But the point is, it says, they shall come forth unto you, and you shall see their way and their doings. And ye shall be comforted concerning the evil. You're going to be comforted. And this is what I'm talking about right now. And ye shall be comforted concerning the evil that I have brought upon Jerusalem, Israel, all over the world. Even concerning all that I have brought upon you. It says it, but you, because we are the people all over the world that these things are going to be happening to. But we're going to be comforted. One thing is that they're either going to come to us doing the will of the Creator, or they're going to be out there, and then when it happens, hey, I tried to tell them, you're going to be comforted because there's nothing you can do. See what I'm saying? Both sides, you got evil and you got good. There's nothing you can do. Either they're going to do the Creator's will according to what you're trying to teach them, or you're not. And there you go. Got it. Second commandment. That's where I'm going to go. Second commandment came back to me. Thank you, Father. To break down and let everybody understand what the world is under today. And I was talking about the brother that I was talking to. Thank you, Father, for bringing it back. I knew he's going to bring it back. Thank you, Almighty. Thank you, Almighty. But second commandment. That's where I need to go. I got to remember it because I was talking about to everyone about that, and it came back. Thank you, Almighty. There you go. But let's keep it moving. Ye shall be comforted concerning the evil that I have brought upon Jerusalem, even concerning all that I have brought upon it. I like to say you, or Israel, or Jerusalem, or the people. 23 and last verse. And they shall comfort you. They shall comfort you when ye shall see their ways and their doings. They're gonna comfort you because you're gonna see. We can. I don't want to say me because I don't feel like I'm getting old, but we all are getting in our latter years. But our children or our children's children, one or the other, our children, our great grandchildren, some of them, they're gonna start coming our way. They're gonna start keeping the way of the Creator, and we're gonna be comforted because we're gonna see that they're coming in the way. But it's our job to wake them up. It's our job to show them that the Creator is evil and good, but it's up to you to. Ooh, there go another one. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Father. I had another one. Deuteronomy 30 is another point that I want to give. The latter part of Deuteronomy 30 just hit me. It's up to us to do His will. Now, again, their ways and their doing, and ye shall know that I have not done without cause. See that? Do you see that? And ye shall know that I have not done without cause all that I have done. That means it was a reason why He did what He did. When He bring up, when the spirit, like we just read in Job, when the spirit of Satan come upon you and you choose to go that way, it's a cause from him to destroy you because you're not keeping His way. It's a reason behind everything. And if you don't keep His way, it's His reason to destroy you. He does things to prove all things if you love Him or not. To turn to Him with your whole heart, your whole mind, and your whole soul. It's your choice. Your choice. Nobody's choice but yourself. That's the reason why you're going to be comforted. And ye shall know that I have not done without cause all that I have done in it, saith Yah. Now, let's go back over here to Job real quick. See if there's anything that I may have missed. That I just wanted to get the understanding that Job went through what he went through, no different than David did. But David was moved to do that. Job went through what he went through, and it was a test on him. It was a test for him and on him. He was just an upright man. So whether if this was a good between good and evil, it's still the Creator who allowed it to happen. He allowed it to, and like I say, this story is just for the people to understand the greatness of the Creator. Why? Because when you get to the end of it, what does it say? That's mainly what I wanted to share about this point. Because when you get to the end, when you get to the end of Job, out of all these 42 chapters, what happens over here? I'm not going to read the whole thing. What happens over here when Yah bless Job? I'm going to hit 42 and 1 right here. 42, 1 through 6 is Job submits to the Father. Then Job answered Yah and said, I know that thou canst do everything, and that no thought can be withholden from thee. You see that? No thought can be withholden from you. The point is that whatever you think, the Creator, that's why He said, these men that come with me, come to my prophet, Ezekiel 14 and 1, or shall I say 3, with an idol in their mind. You can't hide nothing from the Creator. But what it says right here, verse 2, I know that thou canst do everything, and that no thought can be withheld from thee. Verse 3, who is he that hideth counsel without knowledge? But right there again in verse 2, I know that thou canst do everything, and that no thought can be withholden from thee. Remember when Job thought, and the reason why I went to 14 a few minutes ago, about his children. If his children is thinking ill of the Creator, ain't nothing you can do to protect them. I mean, you can want to do that, and the Creator may appease because you're doing the things you're doing. Because my wife said she done things for her children. She know that her children came through certain things because of her prayers. And the Creator will let you know if he's doing it or not. But the point is, if the Creator want to do what he's going to do, you can't stop him from doing it. Period. That's period. Now, he may be appeased by you doing what you're doing, but the fact is, he lost those children, didn't he, throughout the story? Big wind came or whatever happened. I'm not going to go through the whole story, but the point is, he lost those children throughout the story. But what ended up happening? Verse 3, who is he that hideth counsel without knowledge? Therefore have I uttered that I understood not. I uttered that I understood not, which a lot of people do today. A lot of people do it today. The things too wonderful for me, which I knew not. See? Things too wonderful for me, I didn't know. Verse 4, hear, I beseech thee, and I will speak. I will demand of thee and declare thou unto me. I have heard of thee by the hearing of the ear, but now my eye seeth thee. Wherefore I abhor myself and repent in dust and ashes. Because there were certain things this whole situation did. I just seen something that's caught my eye. But now we say God, Yah bless Job. Verse 7. And it was so that after Yah had spoken these words unto Job, Yah said unto Eliphaz and Temanite, my wrath is kindled against thee. I mean, he was angry at him. My wrath is kindled against thee and against thy two friends. I'm mad at you and all four of y'all. For ye have not spoken of me the things that is right. You see that? And he spoke to all of them right then and there. As my servant Job have. You see? And that's a key everybody needs to check. As my servant Job have. Therefore, take unto you now 7 bullocks and 7 rams, and go to my servant Job, and offer up for yourselves a burnt offering, and my servant Job shall pray for you. You see that? That's what I mean by when he was praying for his children, the father could have been appeased. But if he decided he didn't want to be, he could have did what he wanted to do, which his children did pass, didn't they? Didn't they? If they was thinking that way. But even if Job was thinking like that, he was like, well, just in case they doing that, let me do this. But he should have been confronting them children. Listen, y'all know y'all ain't, listen, the Creator ain't no joke. But people do what they want to do. Hold on one moment. We got 12 o'clock. All right. Let me finish up right here real quick. And I would, okay, verse 8 again. Therefore, take unto you now 7 bullocks and 7 rams, and go to my servant Job, and offer up for yourself a burnt offering, and my servant Job shall pray for you. For him will I accept, lest I deal with you after your folly. You see that? In that ye have not spoken of me the things which is right, like my servant Job. 9. So Eliphaz and Temanite and Baldad the Shulhite, and Zophar the Naamathite, went and did according as Yah commanded them. Yah also accepted Job. Verse 10. And Yah turned the captivity of Job when he prayed for his friends. He turned the captivity of Job when he prayed for his friends. Also, Yah gave Job twice as much as he had before. Twice as much as he had before 11. And he was already knowledgeable and he was big in the land. Now he gave him twice as much as he had before. 11. Then came there unto him all his brethren and all his sisters and all they that had been of his acquaintance before, and did eat bread with him in his house. And they bemoaned him and comforted him over all the evil that Yah had brought upon him. Every man also gave him a piece of money, and every one an earring of gold. Now, something, I got to go back over this whole story because it's been a while. But let me ask you, how many of these people came around when he was sick? Now, I don't remember that. I got to go back through the story again. But that just hit me. How many of these people, when he was sick, came to see him, came around him? And I'm not saying they did or didn't, but I'm just saying according to the story. How many people came to see him? But now that he's gotten wealth again, people coming to see him. And you know, when you got money, people give money. That's why I say this is a story that we really need to look at and understand. I'm not saying that the story is not true. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is you look at the story for what it is, it gives you a mindset to see things differently than the way people say or think. Some people look at it just totally literally. But when you look at stories, if you see things in a different mindset, you see things in a way that you may not have even thought of before. So that's why I asked the question. Verse 11, then came there unto him all his brethren and all his sisters and all they that had been of his acquaintance before, and did eat bread with him in his house. Already, you know what? I'm already on a whole different level. I ain't going to speak it, but what I'm seeing here, I'm seeing in the future. I already know. Hey, thank you, Father. And they bemoaned him and comforted him over all the evil that Yah had brought upon. You see that? You see that? All the evil that Yah had brought upon him. It don't say Satan. It don't say Satan do it. All the evil that Yah had brought upon him, every man also gave him a piece of money, and everyone, let me go ahead and mark this. You mark this. All the evil that Yah had brought upon him. I just wanted to make sure I got that part. Because everybody said, no, Satan did that. Satan did that. Satan, Satan, Satan. It just said, upon him over all the evil that Yah had brought upon him. Every man also gave him a piece of money, and every one an earring of gold. Verse 12. So Yah blessed the latter end of Job more than his beginning. For he had 14,000 sheep. You see that? This is where the Creator give you blessings at. Long as you keep his word, keep his way, and do his will, no matter what comes your way, stay steadfast in the Creator's word and law. All this other stuff that the Romans has given you, the precepts of men has given you, you don't even realize it. Excuse me. It's still of Yah because the Creator said these things were going to happen. And that's the reason why it's happening. Excuse me. So, verse 12. So Yah blessed the latter end of Job more than the beginning. For he had 14,000 sheep and 6,000 camels and 1,000 yoke of oxen and 1,000 she-asses. He had also 7 sons, 3 daughters. Okay. He had also 7 sons, 3 daughters, and he called the name of the first Jemiah, and the name of the second Kinziah, and the name of the third Kirin Hapush. And in all the land were no women found so fair as the daughters of Job. And their father gave them inheritance among their brethren. After this lived Job 140 years and saw his sons and his sons' sons, even 4 generations. So Joab died, being old and full of days. Now, I shared the beginning of Job and the end of Job to show the difference. And as we seen in there, it was the Creator that did it to him. As we see, it was the Creator that did that to him. Everything is of the Creator. This is what I try to get people to understand. Everything is of Yah. The good, the bad, the evil, the righteousness. Everything is of the Creator. The righteousness and the wickedness, whatever, is of the Creator. It all depends. It's on you. Whatever you decide to do according to keeping this law, keeping his word, or being in idolatry, being in religion, being in anything other than his word. Deuteronomy 30. Oh, before I go to Deuteronomy 30, I'm glad it's still in my mind. Exodus chapter 2, 20. Exodus 20. When I say chapter 2, I meant the second commandment. This is what I wanted to share. This is the reason why the world is the way it is today, and people don't get it. Second commandment, starting at verse 4 through 6. Thou shalt, it said, thou shalt not, verse 20, chapter Exodus 20 and 4. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or, and this is what people fail to realize, or any likeness of anything. And this is what people fail to realize. Or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. That means no thing, nothing. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. Who's bowing themselves to Jesus? Who's bowing themselves to Emmanuel? Who's bowing themselves to Yeshua? Who's bowing themselves to Prophet Muhammad? Who's bowing themselves to Buddha? Who's bowing himself to Farrakhan? Who's bowing himself to any image in the world or any likeness of anything? People are doing this. Or the waters under the earth. 5. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them mentally, spiritually, physically. You're not supposed to bow down to them. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, Yah, thy father, am a jealous father, visiting the iniquity, visiting the ignorance, visiting the sins of the fathers, I like to say of the parents upon the children, because we teach the children what we've come to know. We teach the children what was taught to us. We teach the children things that we never knew about, that was told to us. So our blank slate when we came and we was born into this world was born into sin and shaping into iniquity, where all this religions and idolatry and doctrines and all this other stuff come from. This is where we got tainted. And people think that their religion is so wholeheartedly they can't see past the truth. They can't see past that for the truth. But hey, it says, verse 5, thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, Yah, thy father, am a jealous father, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, of the iniquity of the parents upon the children, unto the third, the Greek, and the fourth, the Roman. People don't even realize that this is who he's talking about. The Greek and the Roman generation, world powers, of them that hate me. Of them that hate me. But showing mercy, which is grace. We're not under mercy no more. We ain't under law no more. We're under grace. We under law no more. No, we still under law. You just happen to be under grace and mercy because the world, the Greeks and the Romans taught you away from the law. They taught you religion. They gave you Jesus. They gave you Yahshua and all this other stuff. Whether if a man named Yahshua came, he still didn't come for to die for your sin or to make you worship him. When you read the story, you'll understand that. But people don't read the story in its entirety for what it is. They read it for what they believe, what they were taught. And this is still the word of Yah. And the fact by being the word of Yah is law on the evil compared to the good. Whatever the Creator speak is law. When he said, as I shared in part 1, Deuteronomy chapter 28, 1 through 14 is the blessings. 15 through 68 is the curses. He told you both. Where you would go is your choice. So again, visiting the iniquities of the, I like to say, parents, which is the fathers, upon the children, which is the children that they teach, unto the third, which is the Greek, and the fourth, which is the Roman generation of them that hate me. That's why I created say, I love Jacob and I hated Esau. Why? Esau is the one who changed the world against him. That the father ain't gonna be unjust. So if he hated Esau, he hate him for a cause. It's a cause. It's a cause for everything he do. He loved them who love him. He hate them who hate them. And he gonna repay them to their face. Did not the word say that? He gonna repay them to their face. Verse 6, and showing mercy, grace. This is where your grace and mercy come in at. Unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. He's showing grace and mercy because he know that you're ignorant. He know that the Romans and the Greeks has been in charge over for the last 3,000 years and a half, according to Hosea 6, 1, 2, and 3. 3,000 years. But if you go to Revelations 11, it talks about the half, the 400 years. 3 days and a half. The days is a day to the creator is 1,000 years. 3 days and a half. The 400 years was the half. 400 years was the half time that we was in. 3,000 years and the 400. Why I say 400 being the half? Because that's the middle of the three. You got, if you ain't counting the zeros, you got 1, 2, 3, the first half of a century, or the first half of a decade. Then you got 4, 5, 6, the middle, which is half. Then you got 7, 8, 9. These are the three halves, but you got the half, which is the 400 years. When it says times and a half, or times and a half times, you got the Greeks, the Romans, and the half of the time when we was in bondage. Then we coming out. We out now. Now it's time to get right, because mercy and everything, I think, is out the window now. People got to start learning and doing right. But it's up to you. So that was the second commandment. Now we're ended. Deuteronomy chapter 30. We'll come back to you in a minute, baby. Deuteronomy chapter 30. Deuteronomy chapter 13. And here we go. But before we go into 30, I'm going to start with 29, just so people have an understanding of where I'm at and where we should be. I'm definitely going to look and read some of this information that I have on here. But right here, Deuteronomy 29, we got, the secret things belong to Yah our Father, but those things which are revealed, see? But those things that are revealed, which are revealed, belong unto us and our children forever, because we're supposed to teach our children the things that's revealed. Like I revealed of show the Greek and Roman Empire. A lot of people still think that, man, that ain't talking about that. That's talking about third and fourth generation down the line. Down what line? What line are you talking about? A lot of people don't see things the way the Creator see things, and you have to have the mind or understanding through His Word to see things the way it is. Because if you look at third and fourth generation, you actually go to Daniel chapter 2 and Daniel chapter 7 and 8. You can see some things if your mind is open to see. That may come tomorrow. So tomorrow we may have another conclusion from what was able on the Sabbath to what we did tonight, and might pick up tomorrow, because now I might go into Revelations, showing the revealing of some of the things that we're going from here about the Creator, about the same subject on the Creator and Satan. Both are the same. But let's keep it moving. Again, 29, Deuteronomy 29, 29. The secret things belong unto Yah our Father, but those things which are revealed belong unto us and our children forever. That we may, this is your key, that we may do all the words of this law. That's your key. Bottom line. That we may do all the words of the law. That's it. That's all the Creator requires of us. Ecclesiastes chapter 12 through 14, I believe it is. The last 4 verses, 3 to 4 verses in Ecclesiastes, the last chapter. I'm going to put it like that. So, now let's get into chapter 30. Deuteronomy chapter 30, conditions for restoration. See, the Creator said all these things are going to happen. But your key is the latter part, but I like to read it through so people can have an understanding. And this is going to be the last before we go. Chapter 30, the conditions of restorations and blessings. Deuteronomy 30, and it shall come to pass. It shall come to pass. This is prophecy. When he said it shall come to pass, it means it's going to happen. Some people don't understand it. That's why they don't understand the Creator's word, because they don't take it serious. If he said, and it shall come to, meaning this is going to happen, and it has happened, and it's happening now. But all these things, when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse. I don't like saying be blessed, so I say bliss. The blessing and the curse, which I have set before you. See that? See it again? Which I have set, the blessing and the curse, the God and Satan, the righteousness and wickedness, the good, the bad, which I have set. You see that? I keep telling you. The blessing and the curse, which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind. You're going to call them to remembrance. Among all the nations, whether Yah thy father have driven thee. The Creator driven you to these different places. And shall return unto Yah thy father here first. You got to return them to him in the mind. Not just going to the home place. Everybody, we got to go home. We got to go home. Everything's been changed around. You got to change where you act in the mind first, wherever you are in the earth. And shall return unto Yah thy father, and shall obey his voice, according to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children with all thine heart and with all thy soul. That means you're going to really turn and you're going to be really in his word. You're going to love him. That then, you got to see, you can't get something for nothing. You got to give. You got to put your into it in order for him to give you what he want to give you, to show that you're serious. That then Yah thy father will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations, whether Yah thy father has scattered thee. Now let me share something with y'all. On the same note, I was scattered. I left from Detroit, went to Germany, performed over there for a year, then went through my spiritual awakening. When I went through my spiritual awakening, now I've been on the quest of seeking Yah's face and learning his word, because I made a promise. If he brought me to the truth, I'll put the truth in songs and writing and give it to the world. It's up to the world to accept it or reject it. Excuse me. He scattered me from Detroit to Germany, to Mississippi, to Atlanta, then back home to Detroit. Let me go back and say, turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations, whether Yah thy father has scattered thee, which he did. And for people who don't know, wherever you were born at, you have an inheritance there, waiting on you to get into your executive office, your executive seat. You have an inheritance. I'm telling you what I know, not what I believe. I'm telling you what I know. The Father has brought me to know a lot of stuff, and I'm only helping those who want to help. I can't force it. I'm tired of dragging people, so I'm presenting it. And if you want it, it's here for you. If you don't, let them won't. Verse 4. If any of thine be driven out, here we go. If any of you be driven out unto the outermost parts of heaven, from this will Yah thy father gather thee, from this will he fetch thee. That's what happened to me. Like I said, I went scattered, learned some stuff in my time out, but look where I'm at now. Look at the information I know. Look at the knowledge I've come to know. What I know at least. And Yah thy father will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed. And a lot of people don't know. It's coming daily that this is our land over here. Could be over there where they say it's at, but this is supposed to be our land over here as well. And thou shalt possess it, and he will do thee good and multiply thee above thy fathers, because we're going to have the whole earth. We are going to be in control of the whole earth everywhere we are. We're going to be priests. We're going to be a kingdom of priests in every different dominion of this earth, all over the earth. This is what people don't get. Everybody think that all Israel going to go to the same point of the land and everybody going to be living in one. No, they don't understand prophecy. And that's the sad part about it. And Yah thy father will circumcise thine heart and the heart of thy seed, mean your children, to love Yah thy father, which I have done, and I'm thankful he did. I went searching, I was seeking, and he circumcised me to be his child. To love Yah thy father with all thine heart and with all thy soul, that thou mayest live. You see that? That you may live. And Yah thy father will put all these curses, this is what people don't realize, will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecute thee. And when I was going to court, my wife seen how they turned for my favor instead of against me at the time of when I started going through all the situations that I went through. My wife seen it and can testify to it. Others too, but my wife mostly. 8. And thou shalt return and obey the voice of Yah, see, and do all his commandments, which I command thee this day. Like I said in part 1, we got brothers saying, you can't do all the law. You can't do all the law. But what you must do? Fear Yah and depart from evil. Well, how you do that? Fear Yah and depart from evil. You can't do all the law. You got to fear Yah and depart. Well, how you fear Yah? Fear Yah and depart from evil. He don't want to even come out of his mouth and say, keep the commandments. He don't even want to tell a person, keep the commandments. But he'll say, fear Yah and depart from evil. He ain't going to tell you how to do it. They're like, man, these people. And he used to be strong in the Father too. But, verse 9, and Yah thy father will make thee plenteous in every work of thine hand, and in the fruit of thy body, and in the fruit of thy cattle, and in the fruit of thy land. So he's going to give us all these things. That's Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1 through 14. And in the fruit of thy land for good. For Yah will again rejoice over thee for good. You see there? See what I mean? This the good. This God, according to the statement, God, Satan equals Yah. Yah's going to rejoice over us. Why? Because we're loving him, doing his will, doing what he say do. And just by our action, you know, we show him that we love him, and he's doing us good, and he love us. For good. For Yah will again rejoice over thee for good, as he rejoiced over thy fathers. 10. If thou shalt hearken unto the voice of Yah thy father, see, if you listen to the voice, which is his law, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which are written in this book of the law, which are written in this book. That's all he keep asking us to do. And if thou turn unto Yah thy father with all thine heart and with all thy soul, for this commandment which I command thee this day is not hidden from thee, neither is it far off. Verse 12. It is not in heaven that thou shouldest say, who shall go up for us to heaven and bring it unto us, that we may hear it and do it? Neither is it beyond the sea that thou shouldest say, who shall go over the sea for us and bring it unto us, that we may hear it and do it? Verse 14. But the word is very nigh, very near unto thee, in thy mouth and in thy heart, that thou mayest do it. Once you start to study it, it comes a part of you. No different than anything you do. You study something long enough, it becomes a part of you. 15. See, I have set before thee this day life, good, and death, and evil. Good and Satan equals Yah. Both. He set before you life and good and death and evil. The Creator did that. It's up to you to choose either one. And that's what we're going to get to choosing in a minute. See, I have set before thee this day life and good and death and evil. And that I command thee this day. See, he commanded us this day to love Yah thy Father, to walk in his ways and to keep his commandments and his statutes and his judgments. See? That thou mayest live and multiply. That you may live and multiply. And Yah thy Father shall bless thee in the land whither thou goest to. You see that? You see that there? See that? And Yah thy Father shall bless thee in the land whether thou go to possess it. That's anywhere you. Right now, I'm telling you where you were born. You got a inheritance where you were born. You just got to understand how to claim it. But first, you got to do some knowledgeable and some understanding and some research and some studying to know what you need to know. It's waiting on you. I'm telling you what I know, not what I believe. Verse 17. But, here go that but. Like we had over there in Deuteronomy 13, I believe it was. But if thine heart turn away so that thou wilt not hear, but shall be drawn away and worship other deities, other gods, and serve them, I, the Creator, I denounce unto you this day. So who talk about unconditional love? This love is conditioned. You got condition with the Creator. I denounce unto you this day that you shall utterly perish, and that ye shall not prolong your days upon the land, whether thou passes over Jordan to go possess it. 19, here go your choice. Right here, choice. I call, and this is a proclamation. 19, I call heaven and earth to record this day against you. The Creator saying this. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you. Here we go. Life and death. God and Satan. Blessings and cursings. God and Satan. Both of them equals what? Therefore choose life. Yah. Both of them equals Yah. Therefore choose life, which I see right there. I didn't even know I was going to say this tonight. Choose life. L'chaim means to life. Whether y'all know that or not. Choose life. L'chaim. Mikael. That's me. 19 again. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live. That you and your children can live. Because you're going to teach your children, like we just read it in Exodus 20, 4, 5, and 6. You teach your children were taught to you. We was taught evil from the third and fourth generation. Now it's time to turn to teach the children life according to the Creator's word. 20 and last verse. That thou mayest love Yah thy Father, and that thou mayest obey his voice, and that thou mayest cleave unto him. For he is thy life. He is thy life, and the length of thy days, that thou mayest dwell in the land which Yah sware unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, to give them. And he gave us the earth. Now, let me go. Before I got, let me give it to you. I got to give it to you. I got to give it to you. Genesis 27. This is what people really don't understand. In the book of Esdras, it says Esau is the end and Jacob is the beginning. Esdras chapter, I think it's chapter 9 and 2, I believe it is, or chapter 2, verse 9. Esdras, not Ezra, but Esdras. 9 and 2 or 2 and 9. I forgot which one it is, but it says Esau is the end of the earth and Jacob is the beginning. So what I'm going to do is give you Esau first, and then I'm going to give you Jacob. Esau is Genesis 27, verse 39 and 40. These is the blessing from Isaac. And verse 39. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, talking to Esau, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. He gave him the earth first in his blessing. You're going to find out what happened with Jacob in a few minutes. But he gave Esau the blessing of the earth, the fatness of the earth first, and then the dew of heaven. Verse 40 is your key, though. And by thy sword, by war, and by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. See, he going to live by the sword, but then he also going to serve us according as well. That means that they're going to come with the forces as it speaks of in Isaiah chapter 60, verse 5. You have to understand it as it's being spoken. And shall serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou have the dominion, when thou shalt have the dominion is what? The earth. The dominion, and he's in the charge of the earth now. That's why I was saying earlier about the earth being wickedness. He has the dominion of the earth. That thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. He's going to break our, because we was in charge at a certain place in the earth, but not over the whole earth at one time. But now he's in charge. But where we going now, let's go to Jacob. This is where we're coming to. By keeping the law, and we're changing, we're turning back to the Almighty. We'll just go with 27 and 28 and 29. 28 and 29 is the key, but I'm going to hit 27 on here first. And he came near and kissed him, and he smelled the smell of his raiment and blessed him. And I have to get, the reason I wanted to come here is because people don't understand. It's not about the fiat. It's a help in this day and time. But the land, the air, the water, the cattle, the grain, the crops, that's our blessing. You heard what it just said here in verse 27. This is what people fail to realize. People are looking for money, 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 money. Oh, shoot. Let me do this real quick before, let me change you out real quick. Instagram, put you over here, Facebook. Hold on real quick, because we're about to go dark. I don't want that to happen. We're about to get finished, but I had to replug. Better yet, let me do it. This is better one for that one. Excuse me, y'all. There we go. This is what this one goes to. All right. So let's get this together. Forgive me, y'all. I had a little mix up right then and there. My Instagram went dark, so I had to switch up. Okay, there we go. Thank you, y'all. Thank you for that pause real quick. Put this on a little bit. So, as I was just sharing, where was I at? Oh, Jacob. At verse 27, as I was just sharing with everyone, trying to get everybody to understand, it's not about the fiat. Fiat, when I say fiat, I'm talking about the paper dollar, the money. All this, that is of the Roman Empire. The Creator gave us the land to live off of. Even if y'all go back to Egypt, when Joseph was introducing his father, which is Jacob, to Pharaoh. Pharaoh and them kind of despised, I didn't say despised, but they kind of looked down, kind of down because they took care of crops. and animals and stuff. Pharaoh then was about money and prestige, high prestige, and all this and that. People don't really look at the stories. You see what I'm saying? People not paying attention to what's really going on. But let's get back to the story. But verse 27, and he came near and kissed him, which Jacob came and kissed him because Isaac was blind. And he smelled the smell of his raiment and blessed him and said, see, the smell of my son is as the smell of a field which Yah has blessed. A lot of people read right over this. But here come the blessing. Therefore, Yah give thee of the dew of heaven. See, he gave Esau the fatness of the earth, then the dew of heaven. But he told Jacob, therefore Yah give thee of the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth, and plenty of corn and wine. You see that? And plenty of corn and wine. He didn't tell Esau plenty of corn and wine. He told him he's gonna live by the sword. Meaning he's gonna take everything that he get. But over here it said, therefore Yah give thee of the dew of heaven and of the fatness of the earth, and plenty of corn and wine. 29, the last verse. Let people serve thee. Let people serve thee. And nations bow down to thee. Other nations and nationalities. Be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's sons bow down to thee. Cursed be, now here you go. Cursed be everyone that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blesseth thee. Creator just said he will put the curses upon them that hate you. In Deuteronomy, remember? Deuteronomy 30. We just read that. So, the Creator had just confirmed what Jacob gave to Israel. But this is everywhere we go, no matter where we are on the earth. This is something we have to understand. So by understanding these things, this is how we grow and be in charge and become the ambassadors of the Creator throughout the earth, doing the Creator's will. And other than that, I'd just like to say, thank everybody for coming, and that I appreciate love everybody that's been here. And before I get started with what I was getting ready to say, let's say Malcolm Bowles, he came through for, he always come through, and I'm glad you came through, Malcolm. Peace and love, my brother over on Instagram. I want to really get into the one on Facebook, so I'm gonna read YouTube's first. Let's see. Brittany Hairston 222 say hi. How you doing, Brittany Hairston? I got amen. I appreciate you, Brittany Hairston. Got DJ Green 18. Hi, it's me. Hey, how you doing, DJ Green 18? I see wow and wow. I'm glad you came through. I'm glad you was here for the moment. Now